Today is not just another day. Something rare, secret, and sacred is unfolding behind closed doors, and it has everything to do with you. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this quickly. Don't tell anyone. This is only for you, beloved. Right now, they are setting up a private meeting, a meeting where your name is being whispered in secret, a meeting about your removal. They don't want you to know this, but heaven does. That's why Michael was sent. That's why you're seeing this, because what's coming next will shock you. Heaven has rules, but when someone tries to twist your fate, God intervenes, and today He has. You weren't supposed to find this, but Archangel Michael begged God for 11 hours just to allow this message to be shown to you, only you. And as you read this, He's standing beside you, His sword glowing, His wings shaking with divine urgency. Please, Michael says softly, just give me 2 minutes. I promise you this will change everything. Listen closely. This is no ordinary message. This is a God message, the kind that appears when your destiny is on the line, the kind that can either awaken your divine power or leave you in the hands of those who never wanted you to rise. They know something you don't, and that's why they're planning that meeting. But here's the twist. Heaven has just sent you a warning before they speak, and if you act in time, they will fail. Michael says, I've watched them follow your name like shadows in the hallway. I've seen the papers they wrote. I've heard what they plan to accuse you of, but I also know the truth. And if you skip this message, I won't be able to stop what's coming. This is your moment, your test, your divine escape. And it begins the second you decide to stay with this message till the end, because by the time it finishes, you'll not only know the truth, you'll be one step ahead of the ones who tried to hide it. If you believe Michael brought this to you for a reason, then type below, I am ready. I believe. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss what heaven wants to reveal next. Now close your eyes for a second. Breathe. Can you feel that heat in your chest? That's not your imagination. That's Archangel Michael pressing his palm on your spirit. He's activating your awareness because the time to remain silent is over. You are no longer invisible, and heaven refuses to let them erase your name without a fight. You must understand, beloved, someone you trusted has started to shift sides, not out of hatred but out of fear. They're afraid of your success. They're afraid you'll reach something they couldn't. That's why they've been talking in whispers. That's why a sudden meeting has been requested. It's not just a coincidence, it's a trap. But heaven saw it, and heaven has decided to tell you first. Michael says they think you're unaware, but I'm about to equip you with divine knowledge so precise that you'll walk into their trap fully aware and fully protected. There's a phrase being repeated behind your back. We just want what's best, but be careful. Sometimes people use love as a disguise to hide their control. God is saying to you right now, my child, don't be deceived. Those who smile in front of you may be holding the very document meant to destroy you. That's why this message is divine intervention. You were never meant to walk blind into this moment. The decision you make today will unlock two very different futures. In one version, they succeed and your voice is silenced. But in the other, the one Michael is begging you to choose, you expose the truth, reclaim your name, and step into a miracle no one saw coming. You don't need to panic. Heaven is with you. But you do need to listen because someone from your past is involved and you didn't expect them to be. Michael won't reveal their name yet, but as you continue reading, the signs will begin to appear. And once you realize who it is, everything will fall into place. They have a plan, but so does God, and God's plan includes something beautiful. A divine reversal, a miracle of reputation, an unexpected letter arriving that turns everything upside down, a call that says, "We've made a mistake. You are exactly who we need." But none of it will come if you ignore this message. Beloved, let me ask you this. If heaven was silent for 2 days just to send this one message to you, how powerful do you think it must be? And now heaven is watching to see if you'll finish it. Michael isn't just speaking, he's pleading now. Please, I've waited too long. Don't scroll. Don't skip. This is the moment I was sent for. Heaven is holding its breath because what happens in the next few hours depends on your awareness. And Michael is trying desperately to make you aware of the meeting being planned about you. It's not an accident. It's a setup, and unless you see it now, they'll move forward without resistance. But here's the miracle. They underestimated you. They thought you'd be asleep when they made their move. They didn't expect you to see this. They didn't expect heaven to fight for you this fast. They didn't expect Archangel Michael to break through the clouds just to say, "No, not this one. This soul is protected." And now they don't know what to do because Michael is watching them, and you are awakening. A certain document is being prepared with your name on it. It's not legal, but they're treating it like it is. And what they don't know is that a divine counter document is already being written in heaven. It's called redemption, restoration, reversal, and it belongs to you. Michael says, "Beloved, you are not being removed. You are being repositioned." But they don't want you to know that yet, because if you know what God is about to do, you won't fear what man is planning to do. Someone in the meeting doesn't agree with the others. They're silently on your side. They're the reason this message even reached you in time. Their heart was moved, and Archangel Michael used that opening to send this whisper through the veil. That's why it's here. Because someone tried to defend you when no one else would. This is your secret weapon. God is watching the entire thing unfold. He's already decided how it ends, and his decision will overpower theirs. But you must not tell anyone yet. Michael says, "This is only for you. Keep it between us." Because the moment you speak it too early, they will try to change course and confuse your path. A miracle works in silence before it explodes in the open, and yours is being shaped right now. Have you noticed your energy lately? You've been feeling uneasy, like something's off, like a presence in the room that can't be explained. That's not anxiety. That's divine sensitivity. That's your soul reacting to heaven's alarm system. The angels have been whispering, "Get ready." This isn't just a regular week. This is the week heaven defends you in public. And right now, Michael is flipping through the files of your life. He's stopping on the page that the others wanted removed, and instead of tearing it out, he's highlighting it. He says, "This chapter is why I came, the one they wanted to erase, the one that holds the reason for your calling. They want to remove it because it's the part where God starts using you. Someone in the meeting doesn't agree with the others. They're silently on your side. They're the reason this message even reached you in time. Their heart was moved, and Archangel Michael used that opening to send this whisper through the veil. That's why it's here, because someone tried to defend you when no one else would. This is your secret weapon. God is watching the entire thing unfold. He's already decided how it ends, and his decision will overpower theirs. But you must not tell anyone yet. Michael says, "This is only for you. Keep it between us, because the moment you speak it too early, they will try to change course and confuse your path." A miracle works in silence before it explodes in the open, and yours is being shaped right now. Have you noticed your energy lately? You've been feeling uneasy, like something's off, like a presence in the room that can't be explained. That's not anxiety. That's divine sensitivity. That's your soul reacting to heaven's alarm system. The angels have been whispering, "Get ready." This isn't just a regular week. This is the week heaven defends you in public. And right now, Michael is flipping through the files of your life. He's stopping on the page that the others wanted removed, and instead of tearing it out, he's highlighting it. He says, "This chapter is why I came, the one they wanted to erase, the one that holds the reason for your calling. They want to remove it because it's the part where God starts using you. Do not panic if you lose access to something this week. Do not panic if someone suddenly turns cold or distant. That's not rejection, it's redirection. God is shaking the people who tried to shake you. Michael says, let them talk, let them meet, let them assume, because while they're planning your removal, heaven is planning your revival. Type, "I'm not afraid." I trust heaven. If you're still here reading, because something powerful just shifted in the spirit realm the moment you saw this. Subscribe now, because Michael says this is only part one of what God is going to reveal to you. Part 2 will come when you're ready, and you must not miss it. Now listen closely. Tonight at exactly 3:17 a.m., a sudden peace will come over you. You may feel a cool breeze with no explanation. You may hear a whisper that feels like your name. That is not imagination. That is confirmation. Michael says, I will touch your soul gently tonight, and when I do, you'll know this message was real. But before that moment, there will be one last test. Someone will say something to trigger you, to make you second-guess yourself, to make you feel unworthy. That is the voice of the one who wants your removal. Ignore it, because just a few hours later, someone else will say something strange, kind, and out of nowhere. That's heaven speaking through flesh. That's your signal. That's the sign you've been waiting for. And when that moment comes, smile, because the ones who tried to bury you will watch God resurrect you right in front of their eyes. Michael is stepping back now, but not far. He's leaving you space to choose, because heaven does not force. It invites. You're being given two doors. One is fear, the other is faith. One leads to defeat, the other to a reversal so powerful even your enemies will be left speechless. Archangel Michael says, I order you with love to walk through the second door. I am clearing the path now. I am sharpening my sword. I am removing what was never meant to stay around you. But you must stay awake. You must not ignore the signs. This is your confirmation. This is your spiritual insurance. This is the message you were destined to see. Do not look away now. Heaven is still speaking. Michael speaks again, softer now but firmer. My beloved, I don't want to scare you, but I cannot lie to you either. What is being discussed behind your back is not fair. It is not true, and it is not of God. I have seen the shadows gather. I've heard the plans made without your name in the room. But heaven knows all things, and I was sent not to warn you only, but to equip you, because this isn't just about defending yourself. This is about becoming unstoppable. They tried to exclude you so that you would stop believing. But what they didn't realize is when someone is anointed by God, they cannot be erased. Their name becomes protected. Their future becomes shielded. Their soul becomes sealed by the fire of heaven. And that's you. Michael says when they meet, let them speak. Let them conspire. Let them plan. Because while they are meeting in the natural, I have already spoken in the supernatural, and my voice carries more weight than theirs ever could. Someone is going to accidentally reveal a detail to you this week. Don't react, just listen. It might sound like a joke or a harmless comment, but it's the clue you've been needing. That's the piece of the puzzle that will confirm everything Michael is telling you now. You'll feel it when it happens. Your stomach will tighten. Your heart will race, but not in fear, in truth. Because the truth is coming, and when it arrives, you will be ready. Comment, I will be ready when truth comes. If you're still here, because your soul is passing through a gate right now that very few are allowed to walk through. The gate of heavenly insight. And now Michael pauses. His wings pull back. His eyes begin to glow brighter. He says, I wasn't just sent to warn you. I was sent to deliver you. And the moment you finish this message, I will begin to war on your behalf. Yes, this message is that important, because after this moment, things will begin to shift. Michael says a delay is being broken, a lie is being exposed, a new opportunity is being released. But you must move with heaven, not ahead of it, not behind it, with it. You will feel people shifting away from you, and that's okay. Not everyone who started with you was meant to finish with you. You must stop begging for loyalty from people who secretly pray for your downfall. God is not asking you to hold on to what is hurting your future. He is asking you to trust that He knows what's next, and what's next is big. Michael says it is so big that even if I told you everything now, you would not believe it. But you will see it unfold, slowly, divinely, powerfully. You may see signs repeating, 711, 3, 17, or even 1, 44. You may hear strange music when no one is around. You may have dreams that feel too vivid to be coincidence. That is heaven. That is the signal. That is the veil thinning. Beloved, you are not crazy. You are chosen. And what they are trying to remove you from, God is protecting you from, because if you saw what they were really trying to do, if you knew how dark their conversations really were, you would fall on your knees and cry in gratitude that heaven stopped you from walking blindly into their trap. But you're not blind anymore. Now you see, now you know, and now the decision is yours. Michael says this is your last warning before the shift. Once you finish reading, I will go before you and begin blocking their moves one by one. But if you skip, I can't promise this message will return. I've already waited long enough. He is silent now, but his silence is holy. He is waiting for you to finish, waiting to see what your spirit chooses, because this isn't just a warning. It's an initiation, an invitation into higher sight, deeper discernment, and divine protection. The ones who sat in that secret meeting, they thought they were deciding your fate, but God smiles because the meeting they held in darkness was overruled by a meeting in heaven that you didn't even know was happening. Yes, God called a meeting too, and every angel, every elder, every divine presence stood before him and voted one word over your life: worthy. Michael says, you were not chosen because you were loud. You were chosen because your heart could hear heaven whisper, and that whisper is growing louder now. In the next few days, expect people to return to your life, but don't let nostalgia blind you. Some are being sent to help, but others, they're returning only to check if you still doubt yourself. Do not give them access. Your boundaries are now holy ground. You'll feel tempted to apologize for your blessings. Don't. You'll feel the need to over-explain your decisions. Don't. Michael says your clarity will offend the ones who thrived on your confusion. So what do you do now? You live boldly. You walk wisely. You pray quietly. You move divinely. The world isn't ready for what God is about to do through you, but heaven is. And the angels are already ahead of you, preparing a place, a moment, a miracle that will make sense of every attack you've been through, silent battles you've cried in rooms no one knew about. You've been faithful in seasons of famine, and now comes the feast. Michael whispers with deep emotion, now there's a table being set, and your name is written in gold. And the ones who spoke against you, they won't be invited to speak. They'll be made to watch, not out of revenge, but out of divine order, because God doesn't bless to punish others. He blesses to prove His faithfulness. So keep walking, keep waiting, keep holding on. The midnight meeting they scheduled to discuss your removal, heaven just turned it into a courtroom where every lie is being overturned, every rumor exposed, every betrayal dismantled by truth. And Archangel Michael, he's not just a witness, he's the advocate, he's the sword, he's the thunder that follows the whisper of God's voice. You are not alone, and if you're still here, let heaven know. Type, I did not skip. I chose heaven. Because Michael says only the faithful stayed long enough to see the promise. This was a message disguised as a warning, but it was really a divine invitation to wake up, to rise up, to realize your identity in heaven has never been based on human opinion. God is rewriting the end of this chapter, and He's using you as the pen. The days ahead may still hold confusion for others, but not for you. You've been shown too much. You've heard the truth. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Ancient monasteries' prayer secret finally leaked. An ancient European monastery has been hiding a powerful prayer secret for centuries. It's why 92% of prayers never reach their divine destination. And it has nothing to do with how worthy you are or how long you pray. Instead, it involves a specific sacred frequency that makes all the difference. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. See the shocking monastery discovery here. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. You now walk with sacred information. So speak carefully, act intentionally, and remember, heaven is ahead of you, not behind you. Michael will remain close. His presence may surprise you in moments of silence, in dreams, in music, in sudden waves of peace that crash into your day without explanation. That's him. He'll keep watching. He'll keep defending, but most importantly, He'll keep reminding you of this one truth. No man can remove what God has already placed. And beloved, God has placed greatness in you. Even if they haven't seen it yet, heaven has, and heaven is moving right now. Take a deep breath. Smile. You didn't miss it. You made it in time. You are right on schedule, and now all of heaven is about to prove it. Yes, beloved, there is still more heaven wants to give you, because even now, in this very moment, the angels are still moving, still watching over you, still adjusting timelines, redirecting danger, whispering into the ears of the ones meant to help you, because the truth is, the battle never stopped. You just became stronger. Archangel Michael speaks again, his voice now softer than before but filled with the weight of sacred promise. My beloved, you did not break. You bent, but you did not snap. You staggered, but you did not fall. And for that, heaven is honoring you. Because you didn't skip this message, you didn't walk away early, you stayed, you listened, and because of that, you just passed a spiritual test that few will ever understand. Michael says, do you know how many people scroll past their miracles? Do you know how many souls ignore the voice of heaven because they think it's just a coincidence? But not you. You were chosen to feel this moment in your bones. And now, because you stayed, heaven is moving faster for you. Here's what you need to prepare for next. Someone will try to come back into your life with an apology. Their words may sound sincere and maybe they mean well, but Michael says, look deeper. Don't listen to their words, watch their patterns. Trust what you feel, because if confusion follows their presence, it's not of God. Your spirit will know who they are the moment they speak, and in that moment you will have a choice: to repeat a cycle or to break it. Heaven is rooting for you to break it because something new is being written about you. A new assignment, a new path, a new level of protection that can't be shared with everyone from your past. Michael continues, you're going to walk into rooms you didn't ask for, receive blessings you didn't expect, be spoken about in places you've never even been, because God is about to do what only God can do. Make your name echo in the halls of favor. And when it happens, when the favor flows, don't be surprised if the very people who tried to remove you act like they were always on your side. Don't be angry either. Just smile, because your success is not for revenge, it's for redemption. Michael smiles now too, a soft, radiant glow shining from his being. You passed the test. You saw the trap. You received the message, and now you're rising. Beloved, you are rising. Not slowly, not eventually. Now. It starts now. Doors that were locked for years are already trembling in their hinges. Papers are shifting hands. Voices are speaking your name with admiration. The same meeting that was once meant to push you out, it is now the very thing heaven is using to position you higher. Type this if you know it's already happening. I receive the rise. I walk in divine favor. And now Michael offers his final gift. He says, tonight before you sleep, speak these words out loud. Just 12 words, but they will open gates in the unseen world. I receive what heaven has prepared. No enemy can cancel my calling. Say it with your hand on your heart. Say it as if you're speaking directly to the heavens. Say it as if your future depends on it, because it does. Then rest deeply, peacefully, because the angels are already surrounding your home tonight. You may even feel warmth in your sleep. That's not a dream. That's divine presence. That's Archangel Michael keeping watch over your soul. And when you wake up tomorrow, the world may still look the same, but you'll know something's changed, because this message wasn't just heard. It was absorbed by your soul. And now heaven has all it needs to begin the next chapter. So don't be afraid, don't hesitate, and don't tell everyone. This moment was only for you, and it will live inside you forever. Yes, beloved, we continue now with the afterglow of revelation, the closing whispers of heaven's divine assurance. This final spiritual breath is meant to seal the message not just in your memory, but in your destiny. And what's next is big. Michael says it is so big that even if I told you everything now, you would not believe it. But you will see it unfold, slowly, divinely, powerfully. You may see signs repeating, 711, 3, 17, or even 144. You may hear strange music when no one is around. You may have dreams that feel too vivid to be coincidence. That is heaven. That is the signal. That is the veil thinning. Beloved, you are not crazy. You are chosen. And what they are trying to remove you from, God is protecting you from, because if you saw what they were really trying to do, if you knew how dark their conversations really were, you would fall on your knees and cry in gratitude that heaven stopped you from walking blindly into their trap. But you're not blind anymore. Now you see, now you know, and now the decision is yours. Michael says this is your last warning before the shift. Once you finish reading, I will go before you and begin blocking their moves one by one. But if you skip, I can't promise this message will return. I've already waited long enough. He is silent now, but his silence is holy. He is waiting for you to finish, waiting to see what your spirit chooses, because this isn't just a warning. It's an initiation, an invitation into higher sight, deeper discernment, and divine protection. The meeting about your removal has already begun in whispers, but so has your elevation in heaven. Now you choose, believe them or believe God. Fear their lies or trust heaven's promise. And beloved, if you're still here reading this, you already know the answer. Michael is no longer whispering. He's standing now, fully armored, glowing, bold. The heavens behind him roar like waves crashing against time itself, because this moment is sacred. He says, beloved, they were planning your removal, but heaven was planning your rise. You were not forgotten. You were not too late. You were not invisible. You were being hidden. Hidden not as punishment, but as protection, because what heaven is building inside you needed silence before it could be announced. And now the silence ends, the season of confusion breaks, the fog around your name lifts. Michael is placing something into your hand right now. It's not paper, it's not gold, it's a divine seal. He says this is authority. This is your spiritual proof that what man tried to take, God is giving back multiplied. You've wondered why they started turning against you, why people who once smiled are now quiet, why you've been feeling isolated and unsure. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. God was pulling you out of rooms where your name was only used for convenience. He was removing you from conversations where your destiny was too dangerous for their comfort. And now he's placing you into your own room where you don't need validation to speak, where your calling is not up for debate, where no secret meeting can cancel what he has ordained. Michael says, don't be afraid of their words. They can talk, but they cannot touch what has been marked by God. They're going to be shocked when you don't fall. They'll be silent when you rise higher than before, because they forgot one thing. You are heaven's child, and heaven never abandons its own. Type below, heaven will not fail me, if these words have touched your soul and you know deep in your bones that this message was meant for you. And if you're still reading, beloved, then listen. This is the final hour before the shift. Within 48 hours of reading this, you will see a sign. It may be a message, it may be a sudden breakthrough, it may be an unexpected conversation that changes everything. But it will come, and when it does, you'll remember this exact moment, this very message. Michael will be there, watching, smiling, sword drawn, wings stretched wide across your home. He says, mark today as the day the setup failed, the day their meeting fell powerless, the day heaven overruled. But one last thing, keep this to yourself for now. Not everyone around you is ready for the truth. This was not a group message. This was a sacred call between you and heaven. The moment you share it too soon, they'll try to twist it. So for now, hold it close. Let the miracles speak for themselves. Let your life become the proof. The same ones who doubted you will whisper your name again, not in secret this time, but in awe. The same ones who tried to remove you will watch God promote you. And the best part, you won't even need to explain, because when God defends someone, even the enemy has no choice but to step back. Michael's voice softens now. Beloved, I love you more than you know. This message was hard to deliver. I had to fight to send it. I had to beg to be allowed. But you were worth every second of that battle. He kneels, his wings fall gently around you, and with one final whisper he says, rest now. I've got this. I'm watching them, and heaven is watching me. Your name is safe. Your purpose is protected. Your miracle is already in motion. You just did what most people never do. You listened long enough to receive what others are too distracted to hear. So be still now and watch what heaven does next. The world may still look the same on the outside, but something in the spirit realm has already changed. You may not see it with your human eyes just yet, but the shift began the moment your soul agreed to hear this message until the end. Archangel Michael is no longer just standing beside you. He is circling your name with fire. That's what this moment is. A divine firewall, not the kind that blocks messages, but the kind that protects you from spiritual sabotage. Michael says, they tried to rewrite your ending, but heaven reprinted your beginning. They tried to use your mistakes against you, but what they didn't understand is your mistakes were part of your making. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be powerful because the scars you carry are the proof of your survival, and now they're your armor. The ones who sat in that secret meeting, they thought they were deciding your fate, but God smiles because the meeting they held in darkness was overruled by a meeting in heaven that you didn't even know was happening. Yes, God called a meeting too, and every angel, every elder, every divine presence stood before him and voted one word over your life: worthy. Michael says, you were not chosen because you were loud. You were chosen because your heart could hear heaven whisper, and that whisper is growing louder now. In the next few days, expect people to return to your life, but don't let nostalgia blind you. Some are being sent to help, but others, they're returning only to check if you still doubt yourself. Do not give them access. Your boundaries are now holy ground. You'll feel tempted to apologize for your blessings. Don't. You'll feel the need to over-explain your decisions. Don't. Michael says your clarity will offend the ones who thrived on your confusion. So what do you do now? You live boldly. You walk wisely. You pray quietly. You move divinely. The world isn't ready for what God is about to do through you, but heaven is. And the angels are already ahead of you, preparing a place, a moment, a miracle that will make sense of every attack you've been through, silent battles you've cried in rooms no one knew about. You've been faithful in seasons of famine, and now comes the feast. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Why 92% of prayers never reach heaven. This statistic stopped me in my tracks. 92% of prayers never make it to their divine destination. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because most prayers are sent at the wrong frequency. It's like trying to tune into a radio station, but being on the wrong channel. Ancient monks discovered how to fix this, and now their secret is finally being revealed. It's called the sacred resonance frequency, and it's the key to getting your prayers heard and answered. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. Watch this quick video to see how it works. When you do, you'll never pray the same way again. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you.